Hi, my name is Jeff Campbell, and I'm going to give you a quick run through the features of our abstract management system ahead of any demo you might have with us. If you're interested in the standard conference or professional conferences packages, you should still watch this video, as all the features I'm going to talk about are in those packages as well. This video is going to last for about 15 minutes, so grab a cup of coffee and let's see how we can save you time and money when it comes to organizing your next academic event. So we're going to start off with the event dashboard, and this is where you're going to spend a lot of your time as an administrator, and this is where you have control over all aspects of your conference. We've got some overview of what's going on, the name of the conference and some information here. We've got statistics about the conference, how many abstracts, access to the reviews, what's going on in the decisions. And here we have control panels where we're going to control the submissions, the reviews, and the decisions part of it. Submit, review, decide. On the left-hand side, we've got the key functions that you're going to be using, and these are going to stay here the whole time. And they are in a logical order. So it's a workflow order. And you start at the top and work your way down. And here we've got the submit, review, decide. And we're going to go through all of these and have a quick look at how they function. So let's start with the event details. This is basically the key components of your event. What's the name? What's the abbreviation? This is going to get used in emails and things like this. The notification email is super important. This is the reply to email address. So every email you send out of the system, this will be where people reply to. And you can add other information as well, like the venue, website, information about dates which will get used on various emails and will appear on the system to give people reminders. And we can upload logos and other things here. So this is the event details. You can come in and you can change these when you need to. The users of the system is where you're going to make sure that the right people have got the right permission to do the right things. And there's three I really want to focus on. One is reviewers. So reviewers are people who are going to review abstracts. They're going to review the abstracts that you assign to them, and they will be able to have an opinion on that, and you'll collect those reviews. Your committee members are people who want to see what's going on. They can read all the abstracts, and they can read all the reviews. And if you need a bit of help with the administration, you can set up other people who can help. You will have administration access just like this, and they'll be able to help you set up events, set up forms, and so on. So that's the users. Let's take a look at this submit, review, decide, the core function of the abstract submission process. So in order to set up submissions, we need to create our form. And you'll have a template form with the system, and this is where you will be able to edit it. So in this section, I'm looking at the administrator's view of the submission form. And these are questions that we're going to ask the submitters when they submit their abstract. So typically, what's the title of your abstract? And this is what the question looks like. Title, we have a word limit, we can set the format, and we can set a whole lot of settings about what's going to happen to this question. So this question has to be answered. If it's not answered, the abstract is going to be marked as incomplete. We're going to show the answer to this question to the reviewer, and we're going to put this in the abstract book. And if we are running a program, we'll put it there. So that's the general layout of questions. And we've got questions about the title, questions about the abstract themselves. Different word limit, clearly. We can control what type of data again. We can add a description, and again we have the settings. So being an abstract management system, it's got some questions that are very specific to abstract management, and we have an authors and affiliations question. This is where you're going to collect information specifically about the authors, and there are 9 standard fields that you can collect. You can switch any of these off and on. They can be required, optional, or hidden. For the email, we have some special functions here as well. It can be required for a presenter, only the presenter, optional or hidden. So there's lots of ways that you can make sure that you collect exactly the information you need. Um, if you haven't, if there's other information that you want to collect about the authors that's not one of our standard fields, then you can add a custom field and this is where you want to collect additional information about the authors. So this is the authors and affiliations question. It's very specific to abstract management. We're going to have a load of other questions as well. We have a drop-down question. It's a drop-down question that's going to ask them what type of presentation do you want to give, oral, poster, either. So you can have drop-downs, checkboxes, radio buttons, and of course you can have file upload. So you might want to collect some files from your submitters. Could be a poster, could be a paper. You can do all that as well. So this is the administrator's view of it, and this is where you're going to build your submission form. In the event dashboard, you're going to have a link here which you can advertise, and this is the link that people will click on to submit an abstract. They'll only be able to submit an abstract if you've marked this as open. If this is closed, then nobody can submit an abstract. If it's open, they can. The people who want to submit an abstract will click on a link on your website and they'll come to a page that looks like this. They'll see your conference logo at the top here. They'll see the name of the conference. And then they'll just be able to easily fill out the questions, work their way down, very logical order, and they'll have things like drop downs where they'll be able to fill things in and so on, and they'll be able to upload files. Once they've done that, they'll click on the submit button. They'll then get a message to say that they've submitted a complete or incomplete abstract. So all of that information will be made available to them, and they'll be taken to a dashboard where they'll see the status of their abstract. Is it complete or incomplete? And they can see everything there. And from there, they can also go back and edit their abstract. So you, as an administrator, will be working in here, and your abstracts will appear on this screen. So here we'll see a list of abstracts as they come in, and from here I can manage lots of aspects. I can look at an abstract, simply click on it, I can see everything that's in the abstract. As an administrator, I can go in and I can edit the abstract. I can search all of this, I can filter, so I can look for certain aspects in these columns. And if I click on the down button here, I can see that this abstract has got 3 authors. I can see who the presenting author is. I can see where they're from and all the information that's been filled in. So I can drill into the abstracts here and look at it in this way. And I can download all of this as an Excel spreadsheet. So that's the submission side of it. You're going to get a beautifully organized, structured database of submissions that you can manage. Now we want to do the reviewing. So for the reviewing, we need to assign our reviewers to the abstracts. And here we've got a list of abstracts. I can simply pick up a couple of abstracts and I can assign a reviewer to them. It's that simple. I can also, if I wish, pick up reviewers, and from them I can then assign abstracts to them. So I've got lots of different ways that I can either assign reviewers to abstracts or abstracts to reviewers. I will then be sending out an email to my reviewers and they will get a link, and the link they click on will take them to something that looks very much like this. So they'll come into a page. Typically the page would look like this when they start. So they can either start reviewing here or they can just click on a abstract. I've got the grading screen here that we've designed. You and your committee have decided what information you want to appear here. As a reviewer, I can read the abstract and I can see the grading scheme and I can select the grade that I want to give. I can also select other information if you want me to, and I can leave comments. I can have checkboxes here. I can have drop downs. You can fully engage your reviewers and make sure they give you the information that you want. As a reviewer, as I work through, I can see how many reviews I've done. I can see all the reviews I've got to do. And I can also have a quick summary of where I've got to. Very useful when I get to the end. Maybe I want to go back and have a look at some of these other abstracts that I've reviewed to maybe revise my views on that. So that's the reviewer journey. You will then see all this information appear. In the submissions, I can see how many people I've sent this to go to be reviewed by, how many grades we've got, and I can also see who's graded it. I can check my reviewers as well. I can see that this reviewer has been sent 12 abstracts, only done one of them. I can also see what abstracts they've been given and where they are with it. So I have a complete overview of that process. Once we've done the reviewing, we need to make some decisions. So let's have a look at the decisions part of it. So here we can record any decision that relates to the abstract. So I've got my abstracts all laid out here. There's lots of information that I can see here, and I can decide what information I want to see with this function here. I can see information about the abstracts themselves, information about the reviews, and information about the decisions. So here we've got the title of the abstract. I can see the average grade, and here I can make a decision. So everything starts off as pending. I can then mark it up as being accepted, rejected, or withdrawn. If it's accepted, I've got a customizable list of things it's been accepted for, and I can then simply mark these up, either one by one, or I can go and do it in bulk. So if I've got a list of abstracts that I want to mark as rejected, for instance, I can simply drop the numbers in here, and these 3 abstracts, I can then go and mark them as rejected. As well as actually making a decision around them, I can add other information about the abstract. So here, we can maybe change the category that it's in. I've got some notes I can add, so I can have a text box where I can add text in here. And so this is simply some text I can put in. I can have a checkbox. Maybe I want a checkbox to say if this person's won a student prize or not. I can also have drop downs, and these can just contain information that I can then put in the drop down, and I can use this to record information about the abstract. So that makes it really easy for me to record information and get all that, again, in a beautifully structured database. As you would expect, I can download all of this in an Excel spreadsheet, and I can give my committee members access to this data so they can come in and they can be appraised of what's going on. Of course, I need to tell people what's happening, so my email function allows me to communicate with my users. First of all, we have a whole lot of automatic emails that go out. So here I can send an email out every time somebody amends a complete abstract. This is the template, and I can change this template if I wish, and I have a load of merge fields that I can drop in. I can put my signature on and generally personalize the emails that are going out to people. These are automatic emails that can be left switched on or switched off. And then I can send out special emails. So here I want to send out the acceptance emails. I've got a template here. I've got merge fields I can drop in. I can have a look at this email, and I can see what email I'm actually going to send out. Dear Mr. Tom Jones, pleased to inform you your abstract 6 has been accepted. If I'm happy with this, I can send this all 8 emails out, or I can untick some of them and decide that only specific emails are going to be sent out. I then get a nice email log that shows me all the emails that have been sent out. I can see if somebody has bounced or if it's been opened or clicked on. So I get lots of information about what's going on and what's happening to my emails. Lastly, we want to have a quick look at some of the downloads we can get to. So with our system, once you've gone through the whole process, you can create a beautiful abstract book. And there's a whole list of books that we can create here. We can create them as HTML, DocX, or PDF. And on top of this, we can download any file that's been uploaded. And there are a whole lot of reports that we can create. But by way of example, I want to show you what a typical abstract book looks like. So here we've got an abstract book. It's got the program code, it's got the title, it's got the authors and affiliations all beautifully formatted, and we've got the abstract, which in this case has got a diagram with it. So we can create a book like this really easily. So those are the main features of the abstract submission system that we can offer. Be sure to check out any other features on the website, and we'd be very happy to answer any questions that you have. Look forward to talking to you at the demo.